Hey everyone, so today just a quick video to go over the application process for pharmacy technician in training. So there are 3 levels of pharmacy technician. We've got our pharmacy technician in training, we've got the regular straight up pharmacy technician, and then we've got our certified pharmacy technician, which by the end of this program you will be, but you have to start somewhere. And in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, we start with applying for the pharmacy technician in training license. So you go under mass.gov, and this link is also posted in Moodle for you guys. But as you can see right here, we're on the Government of Massachusetts website. And as you scroll down, it has all of the things you'll need, from social security number to education, and you can go ahead and read all that. You apply for it by mail. So when you're done with this application, you're going to send it to the Board of Registration in Pharmacy, which is part of the Bureau of Health Professions Licensure, and that's up in Boston. So it's on 239 Causeway Street, Suite 500 in Boston, Massachusetts, 02114. So by the end of this application, once you're all done and all filled it out, you send it by snail mail to Boston for them to license you ultimately. So let's get started. So you're able to find the actual application at the bottom of the same website, the pharmacy technician in training application. It's available as a PDF, so you can click that right there, and it pops right up for you. So we're going to go through it line by line for you guys. Now, as you can see, in case you forget the place where you have to send this application, it's right up here, all highlighted for you there. And of course, if you have questions, feel free to telephone them as well. You can call that number right there as well. Now, this is the beginning of the pharmacy technician in training application. Ignore this gray box right there. That's just for the people who are reviewing the application to check off once you have applied for it. So really, all you start off with is your social security number. So give your full social security number right here, and separated by those dashes. So the first 3 numbers, then 2, then the last 4 right there. And then you just fill out your basic information. So as you would see, as it would appear on your driver's license or any other form of ID you may have, your first name, last name, date of birth in the month, day, year format, whether you are male or female. Again, according to the state of Massachusetts, it's how you identify as it appears on your driver's license. Your height in feet and inches, your eye color, street address, that includes your city, state, and zip code, and your phone and email. Now, name of pharmacy and location of pharmacy. This is where people get confused sometimes. Until you are working in an actual pharmacy, you do not have to fill this part out. When you eventually review your license afterwards, or sorry, not review, renew your license afterwards, so however long it takes you to be licensed, once you're eventually placed and working in a pharmacy, then you'll eventually put that location of the pharmacy there and the name of the pharmacy. But until then, you can just leave that blank. Next, we have your education. So your high school, name of high school, graduation date, if applicable, and then the address of your high school. Now, if you had worked through a GED program or a high school equivalent, that is fine too. And if that's the case, just fill out this part, the city, state, and zip code of where your GED program or equivalency program was, and then the program completion or graduation date. And so this is a either or situation. So if you got your GED and that's all you're filling out, you just leave this one blank, or vice versa. Next, we have our verification of other licenses or board registrations. So this is important to put in. It's a record of all your professional licenses, registrations, and certifications according to professions other than pharmacy technician. So I know we have a few CNAs in the program, so you had a certification to become a CNA, maybe LPNs or any other certified worker. Even if it's just a certification, maybe in, say, phlebotomy, it could be a certification in any healthcare field or outside of a healthcare field. Maybe you're certified for, I don't know, teaching, or you're certified for doing other sort of types of labor, or even a certain driver's license. Maybe you have a Class A license and a certification with that. It's something that you would want to include. And all that you would do there is either say, I do not currently hold a license in something like that, a professional license, registration, or certification, Or you would say, I currently hold or have held in the past a professional license, registration, or certification as follows. Whereupon all you would do is write the state in which you are certified or states in which you are certified, that license, registration, or certification number, the date the license was issued, and then the current status of the license. So they want to even know, even if you have, say, an expired license for something, if you were certified at some point and you're able to dig up that license and find what your certification number was and what your current status of the license is, that's something that the Commonwealth of Massachusetts would like to know. Next, we have a required photograph. So this is a passport-sized photograph. I would suggest going, if you don't already have one, going to, say, a AAA. They will take those photos for you, no charge, or if you have a membership, at least, I believe it's no charge or a very small charge, maybe like a few dollars. And all applicants have to submit a recent passport size photo. So passport size, well, firstly, if you go to a place and you say, I want a passport size photo, they know what you mean. However, it's usually maybe an inch by an inch or 2 inches by 2 inches roughly. And that would be showing your likeness just so the state of Massachusetts can verify you are who you are. And then please print your name on the back of that photo and then you attach it within the application. Next, we have the good moral character form. Now, this good moral character form is sort of an opportunity for you to explain anything that might be found on a background check. So, for instance, one of the questions is, are you the subject or pending disciplinary action by any licensing or certification board in the United States or any country or foreign jurisdiction? Have you voluntarily surrendered a professional license? Have you been arrested, misdemeanor charges, that kind of thing? Now, if you check yes to any of these questions, do not despair. I have worked personally with pharmacy technicians who would probably check yes on multiple questions, so you can still be a pharmacy technician in training or pharmacy tech if you have one of these check boxes. And this is why. If you have answered yes to any of the questions above, just attach a typewritten 8.5 by 11, so your standard printer paper, explanation that provides the dates and details describing the circumstances relating to the matters. So this is pretty nice in the state of Massachusetts, right? So instead of them waiting for something to come up in a background check for you guys, all they're doing is saying that, hey, like, we understand that this might come up on a background check. Can you give us your side of the story? And then we will determine, based on your side of the story, as well as the background check that we run independently, whether or not you are eligible for licensure. So, and then of course it says provide documents, certified court documents, and complete a criminal offender record information request on the back of this application. And as I note here, conviction of a crime does not necessarily bar licensure. However, failure to disclose may result in denial of application or other disciplinary action by the board. So disclose everything and you will be fine. Now, this next paper is just signifying that everything that you have put in is true, applicant signature, date, print name, all that. Then we have our CORI form, or the Criminal Offender Record Information Acknowledgement form. All you have to do for the CORI form is just put a signature down there. Board of Registration of Pharmacy, they just have to run a background check on you as part of their due diligence before you are certified to be working in a pharmacy. So you do a signature and date, and then you keep going on, subject information, fill out all of this information. Again, it might seem a little bit redundant, but it's just part of that standard background check. And then at this point, you want to wait before signing it. All right, so I should point out, wait to sign this form. wait to sign this form. So you have your signature and date right here. Wait to sign this form until you are in the presence of a public notary. So, and that's where the notary will sign and verify that you are in fact the person who signed it right in front of them. So you have to wait to sign it until you are in front of a notary. It's quite easy to find a notary. They are, I know, for instance, they're in many departments, I'm sure, in both Holyoke Medical Center and Bay State. You may know a notary who you work with, so that's quite easy. You can just have them stamp or sign the form as is. Most banks have a notary. Most places like AAA also have a notary. I believe most post offices also have notaries as well. So there's many, many places you can go to get this form notarized. But the most important thing is to not it is to not sign it before you are in the presence of the notary, or else you're going to have to redo the whole thing because they have to see you physically sign it. So that is the basics for the application. And as I said, once you've filled all of that out, you download and complete that training application, you print it out, and you have your passport size picture in there. You have them all, you mail them to that Board of Registration Pharmacy in Boston, and then they will notify you whether or not your application is approved or denied. And then, of course, notify us here at HCC at your earliest convenience. And we will get you on your way to taking that certification exam and becoming a certified pharmacy technician instead of just a tech trainee. But you got to start somewhere. And of course, if you have any questions, you feel free to contact me. Thank you very much.